This is your CBSLA.com news brief.
Hello, I'm Lena Wynn. ISIS is taking credit for yesterday's attack at Ohio State University. 11 people were hurt when a man drove into a crowd, jumped out of his car, and started stabbing people. He was then shot to death by police. Investigators do not believe 18-year-old Abdul Razak Ali Artan was directed by ISIS, but they do believe he was inspired by the terror group and by the American al-Qaeda cleric Anwar al-Awlaki, who was killed in Yemen in 2011. 71 people died and 6 survived when a plane carrying a Brazilian soccer team slammed into a mountain in Colombia. 5 minutes before landing, the pilot reported an electrical emergency. The plane crashed right after that. 3 people were hurt when a school bus and 2 cars collided in Lake Forest today. The bus was carrying 7 kids with special needs. All of the students were wearing seatbelts and are okay. California is one of only a handful of states that require seatbelts on school buses. Demonstrators calling for a national minimum wage of $15 protested at LAX today. California and Los Angeles have already approved the $15 wage. Protesters want the rest of the country to do the same. And America's economy grew by 3.2% in the third quarter of this year. That's July, August, and September. Consumer spending was up nearly 3%, and exports were up more than 10%. President-elect Donald Trump will reportedly make Steve Mnuchin his Treasury Secretary. Mnuchin was finance chairman for Trump's campaign. And today, Trump named Georgia Congressman Tom Price to head the Health and Human Services Department. Price is a surgeon, a vocal critic of Obamacare, and a supporter of Medicare vouchers. Trump also selected Elaine Chao to be his transportation secretary. She was labor secretary under George W. Bush. She was married to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. And for the very latest on these stories and for news any time of the day, just go to CBSLA.com. And now to the weather with Evelyn Taft with your CBS 2 forecast.
Lena, we are getting a look at your 7-day microclimate forecast, and you're going to see temperatures continuing to stay on the mild side, but we are in for a warm-up, especially by the time we hit the weekend, especially by Sunday, with mid to upper 70s expected. Until then, breezy conditions, but the wind dying down, wind advisories expiring across the Southland. By the time we hit the weekend, though, northeasterly offshore winds picking up, and with that, a warm-up on our hands.
And immediately following CBS 2 News at 11 tonight, watch The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Guests include Sting and Thandie Newton. And then right after Colbert, watch The Late Late Show with James Corden. His guests are Tom Cruise, Anna Faris, and musical guest Weezer. Watch Corden and Colbert on CBS 2 right after CBS 2 News at 11. And that's your CBS 2 News Brief. Remember, we're always on at CBSLA.com. And when you see news happening, share your story ideas, photos, or video on social media with the hashtag CBSLA. And if you haven't done it yet, follow us on social media. We're CBSLA on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And click Listen Live to hear KNX News Radio and our other stations anywhere you are.